Hello guys, welcome to a new video on Tower of God New World. And in this video I'm going to go over the translated Q&A for the 1.5 year anniversary live stream. But before starting, I just wanted to mention that tomorrow I will be streaming for Gustang release, obviously, and I will be doing so at around 8:30 p.m. Central European time because I have to go back home and it will take me quite a bit after work, so that's more or less the earliest time I can be streaming. So yeah, that's kind of the same time as Dawn live stream, so the 1.5 year anniversary live stream. And yeah, that's about it. But tomorrow you will see on YouTube that I will program the live, so you will see it in your own time zone in case you have any doubts. But yeah, that's kind of the plan. I will definitely be pulling for Gustang. I will try him out first at 0 dupes, and then I will also try him out at 3 red, probably even something in between, just to see how valuable that guy is if you cannot max him out. I can already tell you I don't have high expectations for that, but whatever. I will definitely do some thorough testing just to see exactly how it performs and in which conditions it could be used. I will definitely also record the first impression video the day after, so that in case you missed it and you want to see the whole live stream, I will definitely try to condensate my feeling on that unit in one quick video. And yeah, that's more or less it. I say we can get started with the content here. They uploaded this post yesterday with all the translation information on the live stream. We have also the different timestamps of the live stream recording. They enable subtitles, so they should be quite accurate, hopefully. But yeah, I'd say most of the content they talk about we already covered in a previous video, so I'm going to focus on the Q&A that we entirely skipped. So yeah, that's going to be the main focus of this video. In case you didn't redeem them already, they also uploaded the list of coupon codes for some different rewards and also the ones for the SSR plus limit break summon tickets. Really, really good. So I'd say we can just get started with the questions. Here it says key Q&A, so I'm guessing it's not all of them, just some important ones that I picked out of them, which is okay as long as what they deem important is actually important for us as well, but we'll see. The first question is already not really applicable to many of you because if you're not spending on the game, you don't really care about this one. But basically, when you clear the story, we have some good odd deals that will give us a lot of black market tickets. Well, not really a lot, but like 60 for very cheap. So that's a really good deal. And people were asking if you miss them, since you only unlock it once you clear a story chapter, what happens? And they basically said they're not going to give you that exact pack back, but they will be releasing more packs like those in upcoming updates. That's fine. I mean, those who already bought it will get even more packs like that, and those who missed it will at least get a chance to get some value out of that. Not too bad, but again, only applies to spenders. Next point is asking about improvements on old SSR plus units. So in this case, Data Work Masino, that guy is pretty dog shit outside of PvP. And they said that they are gathering internal feedback. They don't have a specific timeline, but they will try to do another Revolution revamp like they did for Data Gustang, Viol, and also Flight Urek Masino. So that's kind of the idea. And at the moment, the units they are considering are Data Urek and Awakened Drak, which I guess it makes sense. They both have kind of terrible Revolution upgrades, and they are only used in PvP. So I guess it's a good initiative. We'll see exactly what they plan on doing, but I can kind of agree. Awakened Drak is still kind of usable in Adventure. He's tanky as hell, so that's fine. But it doesn't really bring much to the team, I'd say. So yeah, I kind of agree with those two units, and there might be even more, but I think they're also going to talk about that later, probably. Yeah, one of the next questions. But okay. Then here they were asking about the melting event. This was before the 1.5 year anniversary, so we didn't know if we got it or not. And here they basically said, yes, during the 1.5 year anniversary, you will have it. Fine. I think this is a trap for most early game players. Like if you're a new player, this is basically not for you. It just lets you burn some useless stuff that you gather over time. Once you have maxed out a lot of stuff, you will have like resources you don't need anymore, and you can burn them in this event to exchange for something actually useful. But for new players, this is basically irrelevant. And you have to be careful because when you automatically click the add all button, it will also add the common enhancement extracts. So that's why people also found themselves without any. That's really trash. To be honest, it's really stupid of a move. They should just remove it as a default, but whatever. I already talked about that in the event, so not much to say here. Next point is, could you consider buffing Hellfire Evankel and Thorn Viol? Now, I don't know why they're asking for Viol again, to be honest. I get Evankel because my Evankel sucks, and her Revolution is really shit as well. Like, she has one that guarantees crits on one active skill that is entirely worthless. So I really would like to see that changed. But for Viol, I don't think that makes sense. I mean, he's fine. He's not like insane, but at least he's viable. You can use him. Evankel is just shit. Now, mine is particularly shit. If you are already following me for quite some time, you know that my Evankel never worked for some reason. So I'm definitely looking forward to a buff. It would be helpful because a lot of, I don't want to say new players because now it's probably already like 5, 6 months old accounts. They had an Evankel welcome banner, and most of them have a Rainbow 5 Evankel, which nowadays is pretty worthless, but if they buffer, could be a good thing for most accounts. So definitely looking forward to this one. Then they said, can the rankings and percentage distribution for the underground lab be improved? It's difficult to make it into the top 20% even with a ranking of 100. I don't know what this means, to be honest. What is a ranking of 100 not making it in the top 20%? Is that like underpopulated servers or is just bad translation? I have no clue. And not that I particularly care. I don't think the rewards are that good that warrant for any particular like improvements here. Underground Lab is just meh, whatever. For damage, we have seen regular occasionally reach maximum damage, so we're planning to make adjustment to ensure more balanced ranking distributions. Okay, I guess we'll see. I didn't really get the issue here. If you did in the comments, please let me know, but I don't think it's too important either way. Can the sources of black market tickets be expanded? And they said, although we may not be able to assign them extensively as event rewards, we're aiming to provide them consistently, supplementing them through special summons. I don't know how you could get black market tickets through special summons. It makes no sense to me, so I have no idea if this translation was just bad. But okay, we appreciate your understanding regarding the supply. We will continue working on balance adjustments for this. Hopefully, they will provide more black market tickets here and there because we get a lot of them in the trials between 600 and 1000. And after 1000, you need to have a really good account. Otherwise, you won't really be able to clear many floors after you're required 2 whole teams for every single element. And there is also the thing that they don't really add many of those floors. So people will just clear them in a couple of days if they were already in the latest floors, and then that's done. So, I mean, probably not a couple of days, but 1 week and you're already done. So, yeah, they definitely need to give us more sources for this. Then they ask stuff about how Gus, I have no idea how to pronounce that guy, the boss of Mulov, and they were asking when he's going to be released. And they just said they're working on him and he will be released in the future. Fine. Then people asked about SSR selection chests just keep on stacking up, which I get it. And they said for the newly released SSR teammate Spear Bearer and Axe, so the data tower unit, they are unable to offer them through SSR selection chest. And they ask for us to understand, whatever. As teammates from the data tower content accumulate, we're planning to provide an opportunity for players to obtain teammates they have not yet acquired. Although we cannot provide a specific timeline at this moment, they hope we can understand that they are considering this. Okay. Regulars will be able to use the SSR selection chest for newly added SSR teammates, which will be joining soon. Hopefully. Because the last two were both data tower units. I also have a shit ton of SSR selection chests. I don't know what to do with them. So yeah, that's definitely good. Could the balance after floor 1000 in the trial area be eased? That's what I was talking about. You require two full teams. And they said we initially made these changes to ensure players could make use of the teammates they have acquired. If only we actually had two full teams for each element, but whatever. However, for new players, the difficulty may be somewhat challenging, and we will carefully review this matter. Fine. Moreover, we're consistently adjusting the balance for the lower floors based on the release of new teammates, and I appreciate your understanding as we continue to address these aspects. Fine. So yeah, again, I I don't know if they should make it that much easier, but probably maybe reducing the number of enemies in the second team could be a good way, like they were doing for the rest of the content. When you first get to two teams, the second team has lower number of enemies, etc., etc. But I don't know, we'll see. I don't think it's that big of an issue because not many people are there yet, and people that are there usually have pretty strong accounts. So it's not too big of a deal, but still quite annoying. What are the plans for Shinsu Link after 1500? They said they don't plan to expand it, and they will just introduce a new growth structure that that you can use your Link XP coins and Shinsu on that will provide additional growth challenges. So we'll see. We'll see what they think, and we'll also see if this only applies to us or to enemies in adventure as well. So will you reach a point where both of you are at 1500, so both you and the enemies? I have no idea. And will this new growth structure then be applied to them as well? No clue. We'll just have to wait and see. Then they asked for an increase in rewards for Alliance content. That I agree. It kind of sucks. We get a lot of Alliance coins, but what we can exchange for them is kind of trash. And they said we recently expanded the selection of items available for Alliance coins. To be honest, I didn't notice that. I look at the shop quite frequently. I didn't really see anything of note, but if you did, let me know. I don't think there is really anything worthwhile there, but yeah, they definitely need to do something about it. And then they also are going to release a new cooperative mission and alliance split battles. They will review and adjust rewards accordingly. So hopefully we're going to get some good stuff out of the new content they're going to add. Let's see. People also asked when the Tree Essence facility was going to be expanded, and they said there is no plan for a fourth page, which is interesting. Actually, like they mentioned, I think in one of the previous dev notes that they were evaluating the fourth page, and this just tells me we're not getting it anytime soon. So that's a bit of a shame. I would have liked it. It would have been great to just further boost a lot of accounts, but that's not happening, guys. So we just have to make do with three pages. Three pages, that's fine. Then people saying I'm facing a shortage of Shinsu. Hard mode was kind of thought to address that issue, and I would say it kind of did. 300k for the first 10 floors, then 75k for the next 10 is not a bad deal. It's quite a lot of Shinsu, and that definitely helped a lot of people. But you will see, you will be facing, guys, a shortage of coins and Link XP in the near future. So don't worry too much about it. You will see. Then they said, could you announce coin acquisition in the campaign story event? And they said that hard mode will provide additional link growth resources. And they did give quite a few coins. And then they said, additionally, we have allocated a significant amount of coins to other events. Therefore, we recommend exploring those options for coin acquisition. Fine, I guess the rate at which we acquire these resources is acceptable. So it's okay. Could you expand the usage of soul crystals? I agree with them. I'm not really a fan of refreshing the store and buying it out every single time. So I still have a lot of soul crystals, like 30k, that I'm daily using to get some keys and some revolution mats, but I never do refreshes. So I always have quite a lot of them. And it would be good to use them somewhere else. And I'm not looking forward to the melting event having those soul crystal build like destroyable. I don't think that's a good idea. And if they provide other opportunities for their use, that's good. But the melting event, no, thank you. And yeah, then they ask if there are plans to expand the astrolabe because we already have enough teammates to get everything to level 20. If they do increase it, I fear like we're not really going to get a lot of levels because the cost for the last upgrade was already quite high. So I don't know what's going to happen there, but they're definitely preparing an expansion plan, and we'll see if they're also going to change the cost accordingly. No clue. We'll see. People also asked if they're considering removing the revolution limit for SSR teammates, so instead of level 10 to go all the way up to level 20. And they said that this could be a positive step in terms of flexibility. They are deliberating internally. Now, I don't think going all the way up to level 20 makes sense because they already made the revolution for these units unbalanced because they had shitty subnodes. If now they get level 20 subnodes, some units like Wangnang, Quiet Churro, those kind of units, they might get better than SSR plus DPS units, which is stupid from my point of view. So I'd say if they increase it, like, but also like level 10 makes no sense. So we all agree on that. I think they should like take it to level 15, or was it 14? It's probably 14, which is half the amount of level 20. So that would be good. Like you get half the the stat that the SSR Plus gets. I think that would be fair. 15 would already be probably a bit too much, but 14 I can see it being like pretty good. So I would agree with that. Then people also asked about Hockney release schedule, and they said that they cannot give a specific time, but they're planning him. So yeah, we'll see. I would really like to see this guy. I hope he's not going to end up as an SSR Plus unit. That would be way too much. Like they are already releasing crazy units. If they also release these kind of regulars as SSR Plus units, it would make very, very little sense. Like then which units are going to put in the SSR rarity? I don't know. And I think Okni would make for a very good SSR support. So I'm really looking forward to him. Then what do we have here? Please improve the convenience of campaign story events by placing event teammates in the front row. This would make sense. If I'm understanding correctly, it just means that during the event campaigns, we have some like teammates that provide bonus rewards if you clear with them. And this guy is just asking to put them all in the first row so that you can easily find them instead of scrolling and looking for the unit. I think that would make a lot of sense. So we're working on implementing this improvement, which will be reflected in the mid-February update. Pretty cool. That's definitely a good quality of life. Then does the guaranteed advent count reset for the family head advent summon? As it was reset during the previous operation, the second family head advent summon will follow the same policy. So if you reached like PT 70 on Chomrei banner without getting him, it's going to go down to 0 with Gustang's banner. That's what it means, I believe. So yeah, it's fair. I think it makes sense. There are different banners. They could have kept the PT, but yeah, at the same time, I kind of get it. Whatever, doesn't really matter much. Then they ask, are there plans to add 6 decks in adventure mode? And they said that it already seems quite challenging to maintain 5 decks. So there are no plans yet for a 6 deck kind of battle. So that's good. We really have a lot of units, to be honest. So 6 teams could make sense. But considering how quickly people are reaching floor 101, probably now with all the non-stop SSR Plus banners that we have with Tromray, Gustang, etc., a lot of people will reach floor 101 and they will start struggling with 5 decks. I could see them adding 6 at floor 201, probably, but for now, I think it makes sense to keep on going with the 5 decks. Can you let us know which teammates will be released this year aside from Yama? And they will provide more information through monthly calendar updates or the developer notes. That's about it. They didn't say anything else. Can you improve the ease of using resources when leveling up Shinsu links? I agree. It's kind of annoying when you level up the links, is also a bit slow, to be honest. But yeah, we understand the current process of having to collect and open items before heading to the Shinsu link screen is a bit cumbersome. Also that you have to go in and out, open the boxes, and then see how many level up you can do, go back, open more boxes, etc. as you need the resources. If they make it so you can open them directly from the menu, that would be amazing. So yeah, they said that they're working on a solution that will allow you to select the necessary items or desired level for growth, then immediately level up once the items are received. We'll see exactly how they will implement it, but that could be good if they make it easier. It's definitely appreciated. Then we have please increase the rewards for clearing adventure stages. I agree. I mean, we're stuck with 10 normal summon tickets and 20 black market tickets for quite a while. Makes no sense. They should just increase it. It's really annoying, I'd say, that we get the same amount of rewards. They said it is difficult to retroactively increase the rewards. Why? Just add it, and if you already clear the floor, you're going to get the difference. What's the tricky part? I don't really get it. At times they just make it look overly complicated, but this would just be simple. Like add 10 more black market tickets, you cleared, I don't know, 50 floors, you're going to get the difference. That's it. I don't really see an issue with it, but okay. We kindly ask you for your understanding and patience regarding this matter. Additionally, with the introduction of art mode, we hope that the items drop will help supplement any missing rewards. No, it won't. I mean, there are different rewards. From one, we get pools. From the other, just growth items. Whatever, we'll see. The silhouette of the teammate shown on the calendar is different from the actual teammate released. At times, they make it they make it matching. Other times, they're just generic ones. So yeah, they apologize for the confusion. The silhouette shown is not the actual teammate, but is intended to indicate the approximate number of teammates. So again, in the future, if we see anything that resembles and it's detailed as a like TOG character, then definitely that could be the right unit. If it's like a generic silhouette like the one for the 27th that ended up being Gustang, that guy was definitely a random silhouette. Doesn't matter, it's okay. Let's move on to the next one. Are there any events when we can summon teammates that are no longer obtainable, similar to collaboration teammates? And they just said again, collab are not going to come back, and you just need to use the blessing breakstones they provided. That's it. And it's fine. I mean, they're a good addition, at least the SSR ones. The SSR plus ones are basically only available if you spend Suspendium on the events. Otherwise, you're not getting those, which is a bit of a shame. But yeah, this is the only way to max collab units after they're gone. So that's it. The hair color of Yama shown in the broadcast appears lighter. And yeah, they said the design was not intended to be an exact match with the original, and they will reinterpret the units a little bit. Actually, to be honest, the hair color was kind of fine. I mean, when he's in the transformation, that's more or less how it looks. I would say more the design of the armor and the clothes, that was a bit off. But same as Varagarv. Also, Varagarv has a lot, like a very different design from the manhwa. They are similar overall, but there are a lot of differences. I guess it's fine. At the end of the day, just an adaptation. It's okay. I don't think it's that big of a deal. Then we have please add a shopping cart feature to the web shop. They're working on this feature, which is interesting, and they will provide an update through the developer notes. I hope at that point you can apply the coupon to the whole cart. That would be amazing. If they don't let you do that, then what's the point? I mean, it gets a bit more quick, but not really that much. So, we'll see. How many floors are there in art mode? And they said every week they're going to release 10 chapters, and then they're going to match the total number of adventure floors. After that, I don't know if they plan on keep this 10 floor schedule every week or if they will just have it match exactly the adventure mode. We'll see. People asked what rewards are available in hard mode, and I said we already saw that. It's growth related items. And yeah, that's all there is to it. Then people ask if the non-stop SSR plus limit break summon is going to reset. And yes, they confirmed that it was going to reset once after you complete the limit break of a unit. Obviously, you cannot just reset it however you want. First, have to max the selected unit, and then you can reset it, like they did for the SSR non-stop banner. It's a good addition. I think they made a good choice with this one. Really, really good. And they asked, are there plans to release a long-haired version costume for Chomray? And they said no, no plans for it. And lots of people now are voting for Chomray is the current number one. I don't know if after the release of Gustang, Gustang is going to be added to the popularity vote or not. If that's the case, probably Gustang could win, but we don't know. But if Chomray wins, people will definitely be asking for his long-haired version, 100%. Any plans to add a Revolution Reset feature? And they said that it seems like they're going to do it for the second anniversary. There's going to be an event that will let you reset some Revolution. We don't know for how many units. We don't know if it's going to be permanent or not. No idea. Still, it's a good functionality for low spenders and free-to-play players, because if you made some wrong investments in the past, you can make up for them. But I will say that for like whales, etc., is not going to be that big of a deal because you still want to unlock at least the main nodes on basically all the units for the additional accuracy. For the sub nodes, I believe there is still something that will give you some rewards, so you would still do that, but I'm not 100% sure on that. So it's okay. It's a nice feature overall, and a really appreciated one, I'd say. Then we have the release cycle for new teammates feel too fast and overwhelming. Definitely, as we mentioned multiple times, they increase the release of units like crazy. And is well, actually, the number of units is kind of the same, but the rarity increased. Like we used to get only one SSR plus a month, and now we are getting two, and we probably not even get one SSR anymore. We used to get like two SSR and one SSR plus. That was kind of the average. Now it's just insane. But yeah, given that we're approaching the 1.5 anniversary, we believe it is essential to maintain development speed to ensure that many players can continue enjoying the game. No, just to make sure you're going to earn more money, but that's fine. I just hope they're not going to release broken unit after broken unit. Just give us some worthless ones every now and then, and that would be enough. Just not to make people feel bad for missing a unit. So yeah, we'll see. They're working on diversifying the ways to acquire teammates and experimenting with different methods. Could be interesting as well. We'll see. We understand your concern, and we're making efforts to offer teammates during anniversary events. And I would say that the banner for Darwin is a good thing. It's pretty cheap. The thing is, it came at a bad time. We have two family heads banners back to back, and Tramray also was released before Gustang, so that you are kind of forced to go for Chomray without knowing 100% what Gustang is going to do. We just have a quick preview that we watched yesterday. So yeah, I don't know. Kind of tricky. They're not really handling that well from my point of view, but not even that bad. I've seen worse, so it's fine from my point of view. It would be great if real-time arena content like the one shown in the broadcast were added. And they said they also aim to create real-time arena content, but there are several challenges with implementing it, for sure, particularly with the global nature of the game and the varying player time zones. Makes sense. One of the upcoming features is the Colosseum Arena, which will feature a peak ban system. We have designed the league matching to group relevant servers together so that players can compete in a way so that competition is focused and meaningful, making for a more exciting arena experience. We'll see. It could be interesting, like with peak and bans. I think it's a good sort of way to handle these kind of fights, especially if you cannot really have duplicate units. Like if you ban a unit, nobody can use it. But if you pick a unit, you cannot find an enemy that's running that unit as well, if that kind of makes sense. I don't know if it's going to be this real time that will allow you to do this. It would be cool at least to have like not the same unit in both teams as we are seeing most of the times now. at least in the regular arena where everyone has kind of the same composition. If you have access to units like Abelda, Tromray, etc., you always have the same comp more or less. So it could definitely be interesting. We'll see how they manage that. Could you consider distributing borders to all players on the winning server in the Gigaboss battle? And they said, as you mentioned, it would be great to reward all players, but doing so may reduce the sense of achievement and diminish the significance of ranking rewards. We're currently operating in a way that aligns with the concept of ranking rewards, so we appreciate your understanding. So they basically said no, no borders for everyone, only the ones that rank in the top spots. That's it. What happens to the ongoing non-stop summon event after the 1.16 update? The non-stop event summon event runs for new regulars, and since this event is personalized, it will remain unaffected. So yeah, basically new players still have their own welcome non-stop SSR plus banner, and the new one will just be in parallel. As we already know, we're already experiencing that, so no news there. Can the gem shop rare crystal exchange be improved to prevent the same teammates from appearing repeatedly? That would be interesting, because it's annoying when you see always the same use the stuff and you're looking for a specific one. They said we will review these for teammates that have completed their limit break. We will explore the possibility of reducing their appearance rate or excluding them. That would be dope. This would be so good. It's like giving free copies to whales or people that already have every unit maxed. It's just giving free copies, which I kind of like. I won't say no to that, obviously. But yeah, really good improvement for everyone overall. Is there a plan to release Luzlek? Many players are eagerly anticipating it. We're prioritizing the aspect you have mentioned and are actively preparing for its release. I don't know what to expect. He might end up as a family head level unit. Do I think he deserves it? Maybe. I would say no, but he fought with Urek, so I think he kind of deserves it. Is the boss of Fog, so I think it's fine to release him as an EX unit or a family head level unit. Steel, I believe, is not quite on the same level as the other guys, but the other guys are irregulars, so kind of makes sense. I'm not sure that guy is an irregular, to be honest. I think he's not, but I have to check. Could you release Urek Mazino with performance at 10 grade families level? Definitely have to do it. As we mentioned in the developer's note, we're exploring how to create Urek Mazino that lives up to his position. We're focusing on developing him appropriately to meet all expectations. So they basically said there is a high chance of this guy being the next family head level unit, which I would agree with. And the thing is like playstyle is so basic. I don't really know what they could invent for him. So we'll see, I guess. But yeah, it definitely deserves to be one of the top units we have in the game. The current versions we have are just so underwhelming considering it's Urek Mazin we're talking about. It's not like a stupid dumbass at the end of the street. It's just a great and strong guy. He should deserve way more than he's getting. So yeah. Then we have, could you make teammate costumes available for permanent sale? I think that would be a good idea in general. I don't see why only some of them are permanent and then the others are just periodic. If they're related to like certain campaigns, okay, fine, just rerun them every year on that time. But if it's other skins that were not tied to events, I think they should be permanent as well. But we'll see. So yeah, they're just planning on rerunning them for events, as I mentioned, and also reselling them in limited situations. We'll see. People also ask not to change the rewards in the special lounge. I should have made a video about this because it's quite annoying. They reduce the amount of orange mats that you get in the special lounge. And for those of you that don't know what that is what you get access to after you have every single SSR Plus unit that is available in the non-stop banner already at Rainbow 5. Then you get access to this special lounge. And here you get basically revolution mats and some other things. I think this time we also got two boxes that let you select the ignition weapon set with some specific stats. So that's cool. And some more mats here and there. Mainly it's for revolution. We used to get quite a lot of it, like enough to max every subnode of an SSR Plus unit. but now they reduced it and we get like 33k orange mats. Again, is a problem only for whales, so I decided not to make a video about it, but I think it still kind of makes sense. I should have made at least a short on it, to be honest. Yeah, it's kind of annoying they are reducing those resources quite heavily. And they said that given the dynamic nature of game operation, continuing to offer only the same items may lead to fairness issues. I think it's unfair that they reduced it, but okay. As a result, adjustments may be made depending on the situation. Whatever, fine. Then people asked for a quick battle feature on the trial area content, and trial and adventure content are considered as main feature of the game. Our intention is for players to enjoy them through direct gameplay. So they're not going to add it. Fine. And I'd say that's the end of it. There are no more questions. And also, I'd say I've already talked a bit too much. It was longer than expected, actually. But yeah, that's more or less all there is to it. Let me know in the comments how you feel about those topics that were discussed. And before closing the video, I just wanted to also share a couple of changes I'm making to the spreadsheet. One of them is the unit priority tab. I kind of rearranged the units here. It should be clearer and I think also quite accurate. I'm still not sure about some units like Wang Nanja and maybe some others at how exactly their positions. I think the first two rows are kind of fine. I don't think there is much to say about them. The other ones kind of depend. Maybe Gustang release will have some peculiar synergies with other units. They might go up. I don't know. For now, this is still work in progress. I'm still talking with people to understand how they feel about this. And it's really hard to give an opinion considering we're not really playing on new accounts. We don't really know which ones are great in the early stages. We kind of remember it, but there have been so many changes that it's quite hard to actually give a correct perspective here. But still, I added something here. Maybe double check it. It's already available in the spreadsheet. Let me know your thoughts on this if you would make any changes, and I will gladly welcome any kind of feedback. Then I also separated the data tower units, and at the time, like at this time, they're both insane units, so definitely worth also prioritizing since they're time limited. But yeah, I also added units that perform quite okay at one copy. And I also added a note saying that you'll get them via the check-in event. You don't really have to pull for them. Then I added a general SSR Plus rarity due priority. So for SSR Plus unit, I kind of gave a priority from my point of view for the units that are better in adventure. It might not be 100% correct. Again, I'm still kind of evaluating it. Then I added a note because here you can see Kaiser is priority 2, but I mentioned that for new players, Kaiser is considered as priority 1 in their welcome nonstop SSR Plus banner. So in that specific content, this unit is to be considered priority 1 and is the best unit you can select. You could select Eden, you could select Evan, but both of them kind of have maybe a bit trickier conditions to use. And Eden is already strong, even at like 3 red or something. So yeah, kind of depends. This is just a quick list. I think you cannot go wrong with any of the first 3 lines, then the rest kind of depends. But yeah, this was just to give you an overview and to ask you for your feedback on it. Don't take it as correct or anything. Again, it's mostly personal opinion and is work in progress at the moment. Another thing I changed is the bosses tab. I updated more or less the quant boss battle with some more compositions and options. Nothing really too insane. It's pretty basic. You should be able to max it out fairly quickly by just using a composition that maximizes the first hit. You have to use Rihanna full damage on either, I'd say, regular Yuri, but not many people will have her, or white. And you should try to borrow it if you don't have any of those two from someone from your friend list. If you don't have anyone that has them, just let us know in my Discord server and somebody will add you for sure and also let you borrow their units. So yeah. Then I created 2 general purpose bossing comps. Instead of going in detail with every single boss that things might change, I decided to make a generic comp for both White and Kaiser, providing some more information here on why the unit is there, and then providing some alternative options for some supports in case you don't have them. You can just replace them. You will see it's more or less with the same units. And I will say Yura or Nare are interchangeable in sort of the best team composition. So change them based on what you need and which one is better invested, etc., etc. And yeah, well, for Kaiser is also quite basic. And then we have the replacement only as Leroro at the moment, to be honest. I didn't really see any other valuable picks, but we'll see in the future. And then what I was planning on doing, but at the moment is very work in progress, let's say, is to add some tech units you can slot in here in this comp based on like the characteristic of a boss. So like for data work, there is really nothing special on him. So I usually run one of these default comps. For data hard, I'll have to see when he's back. I also left some old notes about Oriang and stuff, but whatever, I still have to update that one. For Gustang, some units to silence or stun him so that he cannot summon his drones. And we have data machine is summon with an airborne effect. I will add also some other units, but Lurker is usually quite fast and quite good also in terms of debuffs. But yeah, we'll see. I will just add some more units with airborne effects for you to choose from. And then for Eden, again, some silence, stun, and CC so that he cannot put up the second barrier around himself. That's kind of the idea, but whatever. Just a quick overview on these as well. Lastly, I also wanted to share with you the status effect tab that I'm working on. As you can see, is a bit cluttered, to be honest. There's just like, it's really taking a lot of space, to be honest, and it's not that clear at a glance. Like here, you see nothing written at the top, so you can say, what the hell is that? Then you go and you're like, oh, okay, this is the buffs section. Also, I have to change everything to uppercase or just standard case. I don't know, I will see, I will think about it. But yeah, I still have to add lots of stuff. So before doing it, I just wanted to ask you if you think this kind of format makes sense or if something like this is better. This is harder probably to filter, but you cannot filter the other one anyway. But this idea for this tab was just to say, like, by placing everything here in sort of this orientation is taking less space. And you see here all crowd controls, all buffs here, all debuffs here is a bit probably cleaner. But I had to separate everything in 3 rows for base kit, executive, and revolution. And I would just place a mark if it applies or not. And I also decided to say something like, if there is a green background, it just means that effect cannot be removed. The same applies also here. I think I already got to a point where I had something like that, probably. Yeah, on Kronos Yuri that she has, okay, damn it, that she has the HP recovery block and HP recovery decrease not removable by debuff removals. So I marked them in green. But again, I feel like this is probably a bit too wide. I don't know. Not really that clear at a glance. So let me know in the comments before I keep on updating it, how you feel about these two options. They're not available in the spreadsheet yet. This is another tab. But yeah, just let me know what you think, which of the two options is better. And yeah, that's more or less it. Thank you so much for watching the video, and I will see you guys tomorrow for the live stream. Bye.